Hi guys, it's been a couple weeks and I took a break for a hot minute, and there's a couple reasons for that. One was you guys weren't in school, you had a break, and I thought I'd store up some messages and roll them out to you when you got back. And then last week happened. That's number two for me. Number two, life punched Mr. Ryan right in the stomach. Life got very, very lifey last week. And what I mean by that is things got real for me, and probably more real as far as emotion and a feeling of helplessness and all kinds of ups and downs last week that I experienced, even given what I've been through in my life. And a lot of you know my story. Even when I was sleeping in that spot on certain nights, I've never felt so helpless as I did last week. And some of you are aware I have an adopted son who is an adult now, and he is now in a position where unfortunately he's learning that the adult criminal justice system is far different than the juvenile system. And I know a million people. I'm not even going to spare. I'm going to spare you all the lecture. I'm not going to give it to you, but I'm going to tell you everything that everybody's trying to tell you now. It's 100% true, and I hope you listen. I really do, because I'm feeling it. My son is definitely feeling it, and it's very, very real. So, anyway, I've never felt that helpless last week. I'm used to being able to fix things and work through things and just, make things better for people. And last week there was nothing I could do to help my son because of choices that he made. And that's life, right? That's a lesson, though, that I learned. And I want you guys to hear this too. And this is part of what I think we always try to teach everybody in this building: kids, adults, anybody. You can help, you can love someone, you can help them, you can educate them, coach them, cheerlead them, motivate them, all the things. You can give them a pep talk every hour if you want, but if they don't want to change, if you don't want to change, if you don't want to break a cycle, it's never going to break. You won't change. If you don't want it and you can't see it and visualize it and live it and make those choices, things will not change. I learned that the very, very hard way, because I spent a lot of time, energy, money, resources, constant on the phone and texting and all the things to try to help somebody. But in reality, only they can help themselves with the tools that they had. So it is what it is. We're going to keep moving on. We're going to stay strong and try to continue to work through that. So but I also learned, and I learned this from you guys. I've learned this from you guys and from people in my life, that boy, there is nothing stronger, in my opinion, nothing at all. There's nothing more powerful that you can do as a human than to say, just these words, I need help. Those three words right there, I need help. My son needed help, and he didn't know how to say it. And he tried, but he didn't quite have the words. And if you don't have the words, take the time, write them out, try, do whatever you can to communicate that, because if you need help, there's help for you. And in my opinion, there is literally nothing stronger than someone going and saying, you know what, I don't have this under control, or I feel like I just can't get control of my emotions or my thoughts, and I need help. Can you help me? Anybody who's watching this video right now, if you speak those words to any of the adults that are around you right now, help's on the way. And I hope you guys know that by now. And if not, you definitely will learn it if you speak those words. I need help. So be strong. Last week when I felt completely helpless, I got a flood of text messages and phone calls and things from my people in my life, including some of you guys who had heard some way or another and were just checking on me. And frankly, the most common question is, are you okay? And really I wasn't. And so I said, no, I'm not okay. And that's not being okay is okay, right? But not being okay doesn't always mean you have to lash out and hurt people and say hurtful things. You can just sit in it, man, and let people just be near you. And you can cry and you can do all the things, punch your pillow or whatever, scream into it, whatever you got to do, but you got to let that out. And I know a lot of you guys are really dealing with some heavy, heavy stuff. I've heard you talk about it, man, and it is real. You got to let it out. If you don't let it out, it comes out one way or another. And that might come in the form of things you didn't mean to say, choices you didn't want to make, people you didn't want to hurt, all kinds of stuff. And people you didn't want to hurt includes maybe, things that you do that are risky for yourself. Don't let it get to that point. It doesn't have to get to that point. Be strong enough to say, I need help. That is literally the epitome of strength. And by you saying, I need help, you're ultimately doing what I guarantee people before you or people around you in your life didn't do. And that was they just tried to deal with it and not talk about it because maybe they were taught not to talk about it and just deal with it, or numb it, or stuff it down, or whatever, or drink it away, or smoke it away, or whatever. And that's a cycle, man. They were caught in a bad cycle. You, however, are a cycle breaker. I am a cycle breaker. My son is a cycle breaker, and that's the first thing he told me this morning was, man, I'm still working on breaking this cycle, I guess. And I said, yeah, dude, you are. It's work. Step back, no biggie. He was set to go to college here in about 8 days. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we're going to try again for next semester, hopefully. And if not, the next semester. But he's going to keep driving, man. I hope you do too. Keep fighting. And keep telling people when you need help, because there is nothing more strong. Break the cycle. Speak it. Help's on the way. Love you guys.